You cannot imagine pain, the trials I've had to endure. You don't know.
Hello, it's me, Uplifting Others. I'll be talking about repeated abuse. Did you know 2 of every 5 women and 1 in 5 men report having been sexually abused or assaulted on multiple occasions? Repeated abuse can start during childhood and end during adulthood. Repeated abuse can happen in families, and it's hard to recognize because you don't expect your family members to do that. And most of the time, a lot of the time, kids are scared to speak up about being abused, and things are put in their head so that they won't say anything. So the abuser can just abuse them repeatedly and feel like they're getting away with it because no one knows it, no one sees it, they don't show signs of it. And I feel like a lot of times things like this, being repeatedly abused, go under radar. Like, you don't expect certain people to do certain things, and you just don't expect it. And I feel like it's not that I don't want to say that we should expect something like this, but we should be aware of our children, our family members. It doesn't matter how old or how young a child is, they can be abused. When I think about repeated abuse, I think about sex trafficking victims. They are abused repeatedly, constantly, on a daily basis, and it's nothing that no one can really do about it. Like, you don't even know that someone is dealing with that. You don't expect it, so you just assume that everything is okay. But a lot of times, a lot of sexual abuse victims are raped more than once because the abuser feel like they can get away with it, and it's not okay. And I feel like like I said, we have to be more aware of our surroundings, or even who we trust, in a way. This subject is kind of touchy because as I started my YouTube, people have reached out to me, and I talked to a few people about their abuse and what they've been through. And a lot of times, people are repeatedly abused by the same person or by different people. And it's hard enough to get over being hurt once, but imagine being hurt repeatedly by someone that you thought you could trust. And then maybe their friend, another family member, starts hurting you as well, and it feels like you're all alone because of the things that people can say to you, even as an adult, or things that people can do. It's always like weapons or multiple people, threats, and you feel like you have no one, and you don't want to say anything because if you say anything, you feel like something can happen to you or your loved ones. So a lot of times, repeated abuse just go unnoticed until the person gets old enough to speak up, or they just never speak up at all. And you really can't heal from being repeatedly abused until it stops. You can think that you can be healing from one situation and something else happens, and it's like a cycle. It's like you want to heal from everything that you've been through, but it's just constantly going on. So how can you heal from that? And healing from abuse takes a long time. Like, the healing process is not a time frame on healing. And imagine being abused by multiple people repeatedly. It's like healing from that can take years, and there's a lot of trauma behind that. There's a lot of aftermath behind being hurt, and a lot of times you feel like, or someone that's been abused repeatedly feel like it's their fault. Like, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I allow this to happen to myself? And I want to let victims know and survivors know that it's not our fault. We didn't tell that person to hurt us. They wanted to do it on their own. And abusers have a way of manipulating us to make it feel like it's our fault, and being repeatedly abused and things are put in our heads to believe what the abuser says. It's not right. And eventually, once the abuse stops, and we can, or you can learn to heal from that. And I just want to bring awareness, like, just because someone tell you that they've been hurt once, maybe they were just hurt once, or maybe they just told you one story of a lifetime of stories of hurt and pain that they've been through. And a lot of times, survivors of sexual abuse don't want to tell you everything because they just don't feel comfortable. And that's okay. And everything that we go through, we have to just like learn as we heal. Sometimes we tell more of the story or more of the multiple stories. And I just want to bring awareness to repeated abuse, and to the victims and to the survivors. We will get through the trauma of being abused. And no, all of our stories are different, but we're still here, and we're here for a reason. It might not feel like we have a reason, we don't feel like we have a purpose. We will get through all of the pain, all of the hurt in due time. And let your healing process be just that, a process. We may have setbacks, but eventually we will heal and not get over, but just to learn to deal with our new normal. And just be mindful and just try to uplift whoever you can in the process of your healing, or just uplift yourself. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.